Happy Thursday, Trailblazers. It's me, Hadassah. Just wanted to drop in to say hello and kind of chat for a little bit. What in the world kind of times are we living in? We are in the most peculiar of times. We have this global pandemic, and then we're protesting. So there's a couple of things happening, but I want to talk about how to navigate through transition. So at the beginning of this, the shutdowns and lockdowns and things of that nature, I was still required to come into work. I'm considered essential. Although I don't provide direct care, I do work for a healthcare facility, so I'm still essential. But I wasn't feeling it. I'll be honest with you. Coming into work, I was like I was like everybody else, just nervous about it. You don't want to catch this and things like that. But then over time, I've come to know the purpose of why I've had to come in every day and my value, and just really understanding some things that I don't think I would have understood or have learned had COVID not stopped at our doorsteps. Just learning things like the leadership style that I thrive under, what the things I like, the things I dislike, and the things that rub against the core of who I am, especially, in the workplace setting or just in general. Just every area of my life has been stretched and has had to learn valuable lessons that I will honestly cherish. But while in the midst of, I guess learning the things, my value and the things that I bring to the table, tragedy comes knocking at the door, and my dad passes, and that took me for a loop. It was so unexpected. I just always thought I was the thought of losing my dad has never been something I was like, oh yeah, I know he'll die eventually. It's not one of those things I thought about. It was one of those things I actually was hoping would never happen. So it came, the day has come, and I'm like, what in the world? And while he died at the top of COVID, and some people know this, and I'm always hesitant to share it, and I don't know why, but he had COVID before he passed. But I always say that the Lord called my father home, and he simply just answered the call. And having to navigate through that, this tragedy that has come, so sudden for my family, has been difficult and different, but it's also given me reason to apply everything that I've learned. And one of the greatest lessons that I have learned is that in the midst of crisis, tragedy, the things you understand, the things you don't understand, the best of you is still required. I've learned, and I'm only sharing this because it's through my father that I've learned all of this, that although things don't go the way you had planned, like whether it be your prom has been canceled or graduation you didn't expect to be, for having cars driving past your driveway honking down and celebrating you, things like that, wondering if you'll still be able to go to to experience the college life of living on campus, and for those it's your wedding date, or just whatever tragedies or inconvenience has knocked on your door due to COVID. The best of you is still required. And I've learned through my father by watching him through various obstacles where he still rose to the occasion. I never seen him a moment where something was so significantly hard for him, where he just sunk in and just wasn't him, didn't show up, and just wasn't who I've known him to be. He always showed up. And so this crisis is still requiring you to show up. The best of you is still required. I've just recounting through history and things that have transpired. Writers have been discovered in pandemics and crises. The best of photographers have been noticed through pandemics and crises. The best of you is still required. Are you going to be that baker, or if that's your passion? Are you going to be the baker who feeds those who don't have food right now? Are you going to start your business that way? There is still opportunity, and take advantage of it. So in the midst of not understanding where we are, having emotions that, would want to settle in and want to, I guess, create this sunken place, rise to the occasion, still be you. It's never my emotions right now, although I miss my father so much. And, I'm going to miss his cooking. I miss his laughing. I miss his jokes. Everything about my dad, I'm going to miss. And I miss. It still doesn't give me an excuse to not produce. It doesn't give me an excuse to be unproductive or unfruitful. Be determined to come out of this with something in hand. Be determined to be in this with something in hand. In and out of this, you are still required to be everything that you've sought out to be, and everything you've been holding off. It's a great time to test all the things that you've been had on your heart to do. Your dreams, they're not dead. Your hope is not lost. It's still your time. 2020 is not canceled. It's just an opportunity to go and do amazing things. And again, just being reminded of the things that's happened in times past in history for, different writers that we're reading about till today. That's even a requirement in schools. They're being read about from generations and generations to come. Are you that next person? Yes, you are that person. You are up next. It's you. You're that writer. You're that photographer. You're the baker. You're whoever you have set your heart to do. You're still that person. Your time is now. You can do it. Rise to the occasion. The best of you is still required. No matter how you feel, no matter how strange the times may be, no matter what emotions wants to settle in, be determined not to let it derail you. Be determined not to be off-kiltered or lose focus. You still matter, and all of your dreams, they still matter too. So we're just learning to adapt to the minor adjustments that's on this road. So don't quit, and don't sink, okay? Our plans and our realities have changed, but now ask yourself, what will you make of this? There's always room to redefine your reality. So sunken down is never the move. Break out. Do you. Do something tremendous. And put your ideas to the test. Don't let the minor adjustments that is set before us cause you to quit. Don't let your feelings be a scapegoat to quitting. It's not a good enough reason. Your emotions or how you're feeling or what happened, what didn't happen is not a good enough reason. You're still required. Everything that you have planned to produce is still required. So I expect to see you thrive, and expect to see you thrive. As quick as the pandemic showed up, as quick as the unexpected show up, expect to see you thrive just as quick too. And that's my pep talk for today. Until next time.